Bieber Fever, written by Susannah Moore, directed by Benjamin Barker. We have Gail-Robby Suozzi as Gail, Dennis Corcoran as Nancy, and Beth-Andrew Bayer as Beth.
Oh my God.
Three women in their mid to late 70s are sitting next to each other in a salon. Gail is reading Us Weekly.
Well, I just don't get it.
Get what, dear?
This Bieber Fever nonsense. At first I'm thinking, what is it? Everyone's going on and on about this Bieber Fever. Should I be concerned? Is it contagious? Come to find out, it's some 7-year-old dancing hoodlum with a very peculiar haircut, singing about boobies.
Sings about boobies? Boobies.
Yes, right there on the television. It's disgraceful.
It's completely inappropriate.
What's inappropriate?
This
What?
No, Bieber Fever, dear.
Oh, you mean Justin Bieber. My granddaughters just love him.
Well, personally, I would have qualms allowing my grandchildren to idolize someone so crude and offensive. But, of course, who am I to judge?
Oh, please. His music is harmless.
He sings about breast, Nancy.
Doesn't?
But Gail said that he...
Well, he certainly refers to his genitalia a great deal.
When has he ever referred to his genitalia?
Oh, that perverted little bastard!
Stop. Gail doesn't know what she's talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about, Nancy. That Justin Bieber is an abomination. He's always flipping that hair around, flashing that smile, emotionally caressing the vaginas of our youth. It's not right, I tell you.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous? Am I ridiculous because I value the purity of young women and I wish to protect it from being tarnished by that cretin?
Perfectly well-behaved young man. You shouldn't say such things.
A well-behaved young man wouldn't carry on in such a way, causing innocent young loins to quiver and shake with lust. You can't just go around tantalizing young libidos with such careless... My goodness, Nancy, how can we defend him? Oh, dear God, no!
What?
What is it, dear?
Not you, too!
What are you talking about?
Beth and Gail look at one another as they slowly deliver their lines simultaneously.
Bieber Fever!
Hey, what can we do, Gail?
I'm fine, really. There's nothing wrong with me.
There's only one thing we can do, Beth.
My granddaughters watch his videos at my house all the time. He seems wholesome enough.
That's just what he wants you to think.
I hate him!
Know him.
I know enough.
Beth is strong-willed. The fever can only infect the feeble-minded.
Excuse me.
Fever can only infect!
I heard what she said. I just can't believe it. How could you say that to me?
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. Wait a minute.
Bitch!
Can't be serious. Gail, this has nothing to do with Justin Bieber.
This has everything to do with Justin Bieber. He's in our heads now. Can't you see that? There's only one way to get him out.
What's that, Gail?
We have to kill him.
It's actually gathering her items to leave.
You're out of your mind if you think think I'm going to help you kill Justin Bieber?
Let's get him!
Beth psychotically runs out of the salon with curlers flying from her unfinished hair. The audience hears the decrescendo of Beth's voice as she exits.
Die, Justin Bieber!
Stop her!
No! Let her go!
We can't. She's going to kill Justin Bieber.
Exactly! Not on my watch, Bieber!
Nancy is frightened and slowly backs away from Gail. Spotlight narrows on Gail, who is sent to the audience. Nancy is dimly lit behind Gail.
I don't understand, Gail. Why Justin Bieber?
Because, Nancy, I know who Justin Bieber really is. Or should I say, what? My knowledge of this information could potentially have me killed, but I feel as though you have the right to know.
Lights quickly return to normal.
Wait a minute. Could my knowledge of this information have me killed too?
Possibly.
Lights narrow. Gail once again.
March 1st, 1994. My husband Gerald was involved in the Human Weaponry Project. Among my husband were many other brilliant minds of the United States Armed Forces. They came together for one sole purpose: to create a true, genetically engineered compound of man and machine. Their base is located deep in the Canadian wilderness, hours outside of Ontario.
Slight pause, then lights come back.
Well, I've heard Canadians are some of the nicest people.
Gail becomes enraged, turns her back to the audience, and slaps Nancy across the face. Nancy stands up for a moment, holding her face in shock.
I'm sorry, Nancy. I just need you to understand the seriousness of this situation.
Suddenly, Beth returns. She is out of breath, dragging a young woman with a Bieber-like haircut by her ear, bruises decorating her face and arms. The young girl is noticeably terrified and in pain.
Okay, here he is, girls. Now let's do this quickly. I have a roast in the oven and we all know how useless Harry is.
That isn't Justin Bieber. Oh dear, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. She's not well. Please run home. No, seriously, run.
Nancy releases Beth's grip from the young girl and escorts her out of the salon. The young girl is shocked and looks back for a brief moment to comprehend what has just happened to her. She fails to reach any rationalization in her mind and runs out of the salon.
Oh my. I must have been confused.
You must have been very confused, Beth. That was a woman.
That doesn't matter now. None of this matters. Our lives are his now. Can't you see that? Justin Bieber was supposed to protect us from the enemy. Instead, he became more than just a living, breathing, hip-hop dancing of mass destruction. He became a pop star. But he was once my son. That's right. I raised him as my own child. You see, Gerald and I couldn't conceive. And while the was under construction, the engineers asked for a volunteer foster family to raise the child for appearance purposes. Naturally, he accepted the position. We raised him to be normal, courteous, stand-up citizen. He blended quite nicely with his peers throughout school. Then, one day, it happened.
Oh my. What dear?
YouTube.
No,
YouTube. Gerald and I noticed a slight interest in music quite early on. He assured us it was only a hobby. We had no idea he was going to use his talents for such evil. He submitted a song on this website and now the world is powerless over his machine-generated talent and genetically engineered charisma. He's unstoppable. There's nothing we can do now except wait.
For what?
Complete world domination.
Suddenly, a young girl at the age of 10 or 11 rises and squeals with excitement inside the salon. Justin Bieber tickets, no way! Oh my god! Thank you so She hugs what seems weird. Girls around her age. They are decked out in Bieber gear from head to toe. Gail hears the commotion and takes a deep breath before delivering her line.
Game? Bieber.
Lights fade with the sound of Justin Bieber's Baby playing softly. The curtains close. Suddenly we hear the shrieking of young girls. OMG, it's him, it's Justin Bieber! The young woman, earlier mistaken for Justin Bieber, runs frantically across the stage in front of the closed curtains. She is chased off stage by the enthusiastic young girl and her group of young, adoring Bieber fans. The music stops abruptly. The lights fade to black.